welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man that just really wants to wedge his enemies in. It's David Cross.
Wedge salad, baby. I want to cook for him, right?
No, there's a scene where Marius, which I love. I love that. Marius. I love when you introduce this big bad who's like the biggest, baddest ever in the 5th film of the franchise. But Marius walks into this room, and his generals, I guess, his other werewolf generals. So Tobias Menzies, who you might know from maybe Outlander or The Crown, award-winning actor.
From everything. He's
everything.
Everything.
Game of Thrones.
Brutus, dude. He's Brutus in Rome, which is one of the best miniseries I've ever seen. Highly recommend. Don't listen to this podcast. Go do that and then come back to this.
Hey, and Ray Stevenson, I was a stand-in for a show.
I didn't know that.
Which I love.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're much taller
Jay
than
Mansfield's car. No, we're the same height.
Really?
He's just much bigger than me.
Okay.
Like, he's a very wide man. It's like, yeah, we're about the same height. And he's cool. He's a really good dude. I loved working for him. But yeah, I just name dropped that. Had to do it. Stand-ins. I want to do an episode about Jay Mansfield's car to talk about my life briefly as a stand-in. Because it's an industry I don't think a lot of people know about. And what goes into it. So that might be a fun episode. I might do that one day. I might bring in Chris Kelly. You know Chris Kelly. Yeah, he was a stand-in as well.
You would know. I don't know what a stand-in is, but one time I was at a coffee shop and Alec Baldwin's brother was filming a video, and they used me as I sat there where he was going to sit. They were lining up and set up. And here's the thing though, Mark. It's because I refused to move and no one would ask me. I was like, this is a public space. You could ask me to move and I will. Otherwise, I'm going to continue sitting here doing my work.
Oh my. Yeah, that'd be fun. Because Chris was Liam Hemsworth's stand-in on the Hunger Games movies.
What? Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Chris Kelly of the MFF. He joins us a lot. He's the Classic American Movies podcast. I met him on we became buds on Anchorman 2. That was the one we became friends on. But yeah, all right. So Tobias Menzies, he's going into his werewolf. I'm getting too distracted. I got to finish the sentence, and then I'll bust onto something else. Tobias Menzies, he walks in, and his werewolf generals are like, we got to wedge him in. This is how we do it. We got to wedge him. And all the other werewolf guys are like, no, not the wedge again, not the wedge. And then he comes in and interrupts him. But this one werewolf general was all about wedging in his enemies. And all the other werewolves are like, ugh, not at the wedge again.
We just want to do whatever we want to do.
Yeah, this guy always just wants to do the wedge technique. Let's do something else. Also, I want to say, in regards to the vampire werewolf war, the werewolves have proven themselves to be wildly adaptable to this world.
Mm-hmm.
So in the 3rd one, we learned that they grew up as slaves to the vampires. But as history has gone on, they've started massive companies. They've worked undercover. They work out in the open in train depots, massive train depots, and they are the most powerful. And it's like, why do we hate the werewolves? Why are the werewolves the villains? I mean, what?
I would love to know. This series as it has gone on has really leaned into the vampire aesthetic and elements of it, and I kind of find the werewolves more interesting, honestly.
I just love the wedge. It's just a random line in a movie, and I just wrote "wedge him in all caps with 4 exclamation points. But it's just that's my favorite moment of this movie, the wedge technique.
Really? I mean, there's a lot of let's just say strange things happening in this film that and taking out of context is really funny.
I gotta tell you, David, this has been a 5 franchise, and I've done franchises in the past. I've done Final Destination. I've covered all of the Resident Evil films in a franchise, and now we've done Underworld. And you know me, man, I hate avoiding being negative, but sometimes you just got to tell the truth. Covering these 5 movies has been a slog.
Mm-hmm.
And I love talking to you. We've had a great time discussing the films. But I remember thinking, hey, Mark, which franchise do you like more, Resident Evil or Underworld? And I would kind of flip-flop on it. But now, if someone asks me, Resident Evil, 100%. There's no question, because the Resident Evil movies never lose sight of Alice. She is always front and center. And I think there's, Bill Nye's a good villain, but, I mean, you have Ian Glenn as the villain in the final Resident Evil. I think the Resident Evil, it's a weird comparison, but I guess as far as critically maligned movies that went on for a very long time, I got to give that franchise the the boost, because this movie, Underworld Blood Wars, which is all about them warring over the blood of Selene and her daughter, they lose track of Selene. I mean, Selene gets punked out, gets her blood drained, and then she fights Marius, dies, and then she just comes back at the end, says zero dialogue, rips a dude's spine out, and then she becomes an elder. They really lose. This is more of a origin story of how David, played by Theo James, becomes a council member.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's frustrating because Kate Beckinsale's awesome, and like in the first two, she's beast mode David. She is like, she runs stuff, and it's weird seeing her in this movie just be this like, I used to be a soldier, and I was good at, wait, when you're an elite soldier, and then she's like, I was good at it. Well, I'm like, yeah, because you were elite. But then she's like, I was betrayed. The elders wanted her dead, but then I met Michael, and then we retaliated and killed them all. But then I was captured, but I was pregnant. Then I was sought after. Now I had to hide my daughter from the world. Now I'm hunted, an outcast, a pariah. But everyone wants her alive because they want her blood to become strong. And it's just, let the Becks crush people, man. Right?
She doesn't really have a plot in this movie. Like, I know they're trying to be like, I'm coming back to the world, but it doesn't work. It's really, I'm gonna be honest, it's David's movie. He's the protagonist. So when my research,
and how close are the Eastern and Northern covens?
Who knows?
They walk back and forth. They walk back and forth.
Time, distance, none of these things matter in this movie. It's just a vehicle for showing attractive people in tight clothing and firing guns.
Wow. You know what? In that regard, that's a great point, because there's loads of attractive people in this movie. Do you think this is the most attractive? Like, I'm not trying to be objective.
Yes.
Gross.
Yes.
But this is by far the best looking cast, I would say.
And I would just throw out there, Laura Pulver is extremely attractive. Personally, I find her very attractive.
I mean, she's a beast in this, but I still don't understand her character, right? She's like, okay, we got to bring her back. Samira, we'll bring her back, but then that's because I want her blood, so I can be in the daylight.
So,
but then she just gets booted out of her seat, right? David comes back and they're like, peace, and she's gone. Yeah.
So I think I can help explain this to make sense of what we were watching from like a film context. The story itself is still jumbled, but how it came to be. Literally, how did this get made? So I was doing my research, and I'm sure you came across this as well. When they were planning this movie, they weren't sure if Kate Beckinsale was going to come back. So Theo James was going to be the main character in this movie. And from reading between the lines, I understand that like all of a sudden she was going to come back. So they're like, well, we got to add Selene back in, and Theo James is already like sort of the main character. So they folded her in. Which is why it's so weird. Like they're clearly trying to do a spin-off or a TV show or something with this.
You know what's wild? You know what kind of bummed me out? I bought the Blu-ray box set for this. And on each and every single one of the first four movies, there's commentaries, we're talking, the first one has hours-long documentaries. I mean, even the fourth one does. This one is not very loaded up with any extras. You get some BTS behind the scenes. You know, the costume designer has some cool things to say about the look of this one and how, you know, like the vampires are all kind of black. They went back to all black look, and then they wanted to have the Northern. They brought in a different look into it with the fur coats, but also like the armor. And I think that's probably the most interesting behind the scenes aspect of this entire thing, is just hearing about the costumes, because I don't know. It's just
I would say I think the most interesting thing is the director, Anna Forster. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, she's cool. Yeah, she's really cool.
Yeah.
And she's done some crazy, like, you know, she filmed miniatures for Roland Emmerich. I mean, that's how Len Wiseman got his start working for Roland Emmerich. He was props. So it's like all these Roland Emmerich acolytes are working on this movie. And she was also a cinematographer, too. Like, so watching this movie, I was kind of like, oh, okay. Like, she shot White House Down. I don't know, for Roland Emmerich. Like and then like just watching the shows she's directed, like Criminal Minds, she's on Outlander, Westworld, Carnival Row. Like she's done some really cool. Oh, Jessica Jones, she did. And then like the visual effects that she's done. I know you know all this, but like she did miniature director of photography on Pitch Black, End of Days, Godzilla. I just love her. I love her filmography. Like she was a pyrotechnics director of photography on Alien Resurrection.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
She has a
man.
great resume. And I think you're leaving off the best part. She was the FX director of photography on Independence Day, where they shot and blew up the White House.
That's amazing.
I know. And I'm really happy that she's getting her shot. I just wish this movie would have been better. Or I would say I wish the script would have been better, because there's not much to work with this thing.
They keep sidelining Celine in this. Like Marius hands it to her on the ice. And then she's like, bloop, sink into the ice.
I don't
and then
understand
she gets
that
spider.
scene. I don't understand it.
And then she gets spider webbed, right? And then she comes back wearing a fur coat.
Here's the question I have about that fur coat. And this maybe is really morbid. Is that a werewolf fur coat? Did she show up to battle dressed in their friend's skin?
Wait, how quick do you have to do that, right? Like so, because they go back to their human form when you kill them. So do you need to keep the wolf alive to skin it?
I guess I'm just or they keep them alive and like cut a little bit off all the time so it grows back.
Wow, that's
I have so many weird
a werewolf fur coat. Oh my gosh,
it's pretty grim and dark, but it also I feel like this series would go there. Or I wish this series would go there actually. I wish someone showed up with a werewolf fur coat and was like completely serious about it and showed it off. Like have on the shoulders have like the heads or the skulls like. I feel like the series got away from how just weird and dark it was, and it's now more of I don't know, flippy bang bang.
Yeah, like remember the first one? It was very gothic.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. It was very kind of steampunk, not really steampunk, but just very gothic, very moody. And then the fourth one was very kind of industrial.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one seems to be a return back to what they wanted in the first one, but it's a lot more glossy. It's not as moody. And you know what's crazy? I watched this the first time many years ago, and not many years ago, 4. And I went, this is a crazy movie. I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the performances are fine. I mean, you have Charles Dance sword fighting.
It's great.
You have I actually really like the Varga. He's pretty cool. Varga is all about Samira. Wait, he's the unimaginative bedfellow. But then when David comes back, he's like, "Oh, okay, like you're the head of the coven now. I got you." And everyone's like, "Oh, it's fine that you murdered all of our peacekeepers,
mm-hmm.
all of our death dealers." And then they're like, "Okay, you work for us." And I thought the final battle, right? And I actually thought like Laura Pulver was really cool with Samira. I actually thought Alexia was
mm-hmm.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of liked her. She also snaps that dude's neck. She walks in, starts rubbing his hair, and he's like, "Ooh,
thanks, lady," or boss.
Oh man, this rips his head. But it's I thought they were so interesting, but then like you said, they just threw Celine back in this, and it. Man, like Beckinsale did not seem to even be enjoying herself in this movie.
I hate to say an actor phones it in, but like she was just on set. Like she did not have a good time filming this.
Okay, what's like she like landlined this in. She didn't cell phone it in. Like this is like
she was on a
payphone,
like
in
a parking lot, like
just reading her lines. And listen, everyone's gonna be like, Mark, like this is really weird that you're hating on this. But I gotta tell you, I just think you have a really cool director who has just such a funky filmography.
Mm-hmm.
You have Kate Beckinsale, you have Charles Dance, Tobias Menzies, Laura Pulver. I mean, even James Faulkner. Like you have a really, like we said, just cool, good-looking cast of really good actors.
Yeah, hyper competent people. Yeah.
And every performance is fine. And I thought. It's too interesting. Like Laura Pulver, that scene where Samira is wearing that robe with like the checkered robe.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the script called for her being completely naked, but then the woman who did the costumes was like, no, like, we're not doing that.
Good for her.
So she's like, I just made this other outfit that's awesome looking because I'm not making a movie like that. So I thought that was pretty cool that the ladies on this shoot were like, no, we're not. This is no, this isn't happening. But it should come down to Celine. This is the 5th film. It should be her.
And it's
And
not.
it should,
It's not. It's all David. It's a David show.
But why? Like, nothing against Theo James. I liked him a lot in a movie called War on Everyone. He showed a weird amount of range. I think he was allowed. Remember when Colin Farrell was like in SWAT and those kind of movies, and he was just supposed to be like the bland dude, but then he was like, screw this, I'm going weird.
Yeah.
Like, Theo James has a role like that, and I think he's good in it. But this one, it's just, there's not like Amelia, the vampire from the first one who gets lit up by the werewolves. Like, that's his mom. And she has little blood vials so everyone can drink it and be like, see, I didn't leave my son behind. Like, it's
I proved it.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre. And his costuming is bizarre. I really don't like the blue. It doesn't match anything else in the movie. The sky blue. I can answer this question. Mark.
Yeah.
It's money. This movie, more than any other like film I've seen in a long time, felt like a cash grab.
Oh, huge. I mean, and you know what's crazy? It's the least grossing film of the franchise. The first one, 95 million. Second one, 113. The third movie, 89 million. Without Beckinsale, the third one made more money. The fourth one, 160. Fifth one, 81. Now, I do think Underworld Awakening and its $160 million box office, it actually had the lowest opening weekend too. But I just want to say, to its credit, I think Awakening scared a lot of people off from Blood Wars. I really believe that, because we watched Awakening, and that's a narratively odd movie. It's basically a couple air duct scenes, and then her going to the Coven and coming back. So I think people didn't want to watch it. But if you look at the budgets, 22 million, 45 million, 35 million, then 70 million for the fourth one. This one had a $35 million production budget, and it made 81 million. So what do you think? 30 million worldwide?
Yeah.
You know, marketing. So, and plus DVDs and then the box sets, it made a profit. And I will say, for a $35 million movie, Anna Forster did a great job.
Could you imagine giving James Wan $35 million, what he would come back with?
It would look like $2 billion.
It would be this movie. That's
like Malignant.
Let's start trying to get him on the 6th one.
Yeah, exactly. Give James Wan $20. But I do think Anna Forster, for her $35 million, I mean, I think there's some wonderful costumes in it. I liked the idea of the Nordic Coven and their kind of blending of fur and armor. I don't think the execution of it was good. But I do think the look of it was fine. The performances were fine. But the core idea of it is wrong.
Yeah. What I struggled with is, like, does the plot even make sense? And here's, I mean this honestly. Like,
okay, let's do it. Let's
so the question is, like, this is, everyone's looking for Celine to get her to her daughter. But would Celine actually abandon her daughter, leave her daughter? I don't think she would.
No.
Even if her daughter wanted her to leave, I don't think she would do it.
No. And you know how powerful her daughter is?
And she's only like 13 in this movie.
Yeah, and it's... Alright, so this movie's plot. Everyone's hunting her down to get her daughter. But Samira wants her blood so she can go out during the day, correct?
She wants to be more powerful than Cassius. This is confusing. And I went down a rabbit hole last night of reading about the mythology of Underworld. And there's different generations of them, at least according to the Wikipedia article I read. And what I'm getting from it is that she is not as strong as Cassius, and she needs that strength in order to take over the council.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, but it's just it's convoluted and not really explained.
Because it's never explained.
Yeah, because she has I can't believe this.
And she's like, I need a party.
So Celine is an enhanced. So she's like a 2nd generation vampire. So she's already strong. And she has enhancements from when she drank the immortal blood.
Corvinus. Yeah, like the vampire's blood. And she's from Victor, right? And Victor was wildly powerful.
Yeah, so what I read is that you have the Corvinus turned Victor and Amelia, and then Victor and Amelia turned a bunch of other people. So Celine, I guess, would be generation 2, and then everyone else under that is like just exponentially weaker. So like the farther you get away from the original strain, the weaker you get.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that's what I think's going on, but I don't know. Like, honestly, if I watched this movie and then I had to read it online.
Now, call me crazy, but do you think this would have been a better movie without Beckinsale? Because all she does is get chumped in this movie, right? She does rip a spine. That's amazing. But she gets punked out by Vargas in the cage. And then she just gets her blood pumped. Charles Dance saves her. Then they go to the Nordic coven, and they just get their butts handed to them by the werewolves.
Yeah, I think it would.
Grungy looking dudes with machine guns.
Yeah, I kind of think it would be. It would have been more streamlined. I mean, I don't know if Theo James is the great person for this. Like, but I do.
I like Varga. That actor who played Varga, I like him. He seems to have more of like an edge, I think, to him. He's slimier kind of like I think he has more personality than James does.
What if this movie? I know we don't usually play What If. What if this movie, instead of having Kate Beckinsale, it was Scott Speedman, and it was just Scott Speedman trying to find his daughter, just like Underworld, Scott Speedman.
Oh god.
With just Michael. Like that would have been an amazing way to bring him back into the series.
Yeah, and also like have him be like his character from You, who Scott Speedman's good in You. I think he got in these Underworld movies. He's very dour. It'd be funny to see him being able to stretch a little bit, act a little bit. Well, yeah, that'd be good too. Because then they want his blood.
Yeah.
But then you turn out he gets killed by Marius, dude.
That's the worst. I wanted to ask you this. Do you think that's a terrible decision? That's a terrible decision, right?
Oh gosh, because listen, Marius is just not. He's not. Yes, he does beat up Bex, but nothing he really. Well, he does have that really cool scene where him and Theo James are just walking towards each other and loading guns into each other's heads. That's the best moment of the movie, right there. Where there's. But
can you explain that to me? Actually, like
no, I can't.
Theo James is just like he's an elder vampire, so he is stronger. That's what I think's going on.
But he was killed in the other one, and he took a bullet. He took a bullet earlier in the movie that was poisoning him, and they had to get it out of him.
I don't understand. I guess like I don't get it.
But it's still a cool. And I thought the battle scene was interesting where they were shooting, but I don't know why they had to take the gun inside the werewolf vampire coven to blow holes through the windows. They could have just stayed outside and blown holes.
I thought the same thing
through the windows.
100%. They could have ended this a while ago by just shooting rockets into the building. That during like it's noon, time to shoot some rockets in here. Guess we're gonna kill them vampires.
Yeah, it's a tough flick, and you know what's interesting? If we would have talked about this maybe months ago, I would have been a lot more positive about it. But the more time I've spent with it, the more time I've been like, wait,
more confusing it gets.
Yeah.
So like
because why is that? Why is the Nordic? Where do they go when they die? Why do you put them in cobwebs and put them underwater? Like what is there another life?
It's not explained. It's not explained. None of this stuff's explained. It just happens. It just happens.
Yeah,
I'm confused about the Nordic clan. So conceptually, it's cool, right? Like, well, there's this clan of vampires who are so far out that no one even bothers them. They're not very large. Kind of smart, right? It's like that's how they survive the war. But if they're in the middle of nowhere and warm-blooded animals, including people, have a difficult time surviving, how do they survive? Because they have to have blood.
Like, what do they eat? And they're just lounging. When she goes into the Nordic coven, they're just talking. Like they're just sitting around in squares chatting to each other. Like do you just get people from the train? Do you get like hikers?
There's no regular humans in this movie.
Yeah, it's and they just board a train to get to them. But then they travel. Like, how does an army of werewolves get there?
By train, just like.
How do they get back?
I honestly don't know. Like
how does the coven get to the Eastern Coven?
They take a train and then they walk.
In that outfit? In their outfits?
Well, remember, they had this line in this movie. They were like, vampires can survive here because they're not warm-blooded. And I was like, but that implies that the werewolves are warm-blooded. So can they actually have a hybrid child together? Like, I don't understand. Like.
But then they get on the did they get in a train in full fur and swords?
Well, if they probably did, yeah. They have all those trains. I think it's implied that because they have those trains, they could take it as far north and they already have the furs with them.
Wait, but that's like a public train they were on. That wasn't like a private train. That's like an Amtrak. So all of the Northern Coven got onto an Amtrak.
Oh, no. The Northern Coven, I just think they've been there for 500, 700 years. They've just been there for a long time.
No, but when they go back, when they go to the Eastern Coven at the end of battle, do they just sit on an Amtrak in full costume?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
like Thor on the subway in Thor 2.
It just, or Mark, this movie just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's hard to talk about because it's so confusing.
I do want to say though, the further I get away from it, there are some really cool shots.
Mm-hmm.
I like moment. I think Samira's cool. I like that she's your unimaginative lover. I thought Daisy Head, whose dad is Anthony Head from Buffy. Like I think she's cool.
Yeah, she's cool. I wish that storyline had gone somewhere though.
Yeah, like it does, because she just gets killed.
Yeah, and he doesn't even recognize it. He's like, oh, she's dead, or maybe he doesn't know.
Yeah. Quick question, David. As you're a vampire overlord. You have a cup. You are David the Impaler and the Rock and Roller.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
like
yeah.
So you were David the Impaler, and then 100 years later, you were David the Rock and Roller.
Well,
you're the basis of Lestat.
Well, I would say I'm David the Impaler, but it's because I dipped my breadsticks into cheese sauce.
Into blood sauce?
Red sauce, yeah. Red sauce.
Yeah.
I guess we can just go really morbid because my turn breadsticks into fingers. Boom, boom.
All right, so you're the head of this coven. You send out, you're a little weirded out by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, give me some of your blood. Like, whenever people come back into your coven, they leave blood when they come in. Whenever blood comes back in, you take a sip of it, you know exactly where they've been.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you do that? Or is that not trust?
That feels like a violation of trust, but it is a way to keep everyone in line.
Listen,
I probably wouldn't do it.
Like, I don't care if you do a minor infraction where you just go kill a raver. Like, that's fine. Like, as long as you're secretive about it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're having a tryst with, like, a human, I don't know, mime, that's fine. But I just want to know you're, like, I will never bring it up to you. Like, even if you go get into some funky stuff, I won't say anything. I just want to make sure that you're not plotting with a werewolf to overthrow our coven, because it's bad times. There's only 2 covens left.
Yeah, that's a really interesting wrinkle that they could have added or like built out with like on the story.
Mm-hmm.
Because I honestly like the vampire werewolf war is getting kind of old. It's just like back and forth. Like I want to see them team up against the humans. I want to see another element introduced. I just want something.
Yeah, it was so annoying too, because the beginning of 4, when the humans hunted everybody, you're like, this is cool. And then that's dropped, and it's just werewolves versus vampires again.
Yeah, exactly. Throw in the creature from the Black Lagoon. Let's get some mummies. Let's make it weird.
Let's mix it up.
Mark, I want to actually do something. I want to do something.
Yeah.
We've been sort of ragging on this, but let's talk about the favorite moments. Let's actually give people some joy from this.
Spine rip.
Spine rip's good. Spine rip.
She rips his spine. I remember sitting there going, she just ripped his spine out.
Yeah.
That's a big spine.
It was fast, too. She was just like, oh, you know what? I'm done with this. You killed my boy? The thing that one of the things I really liked about this film was they finally used light as a way to kill vampires. And like the lichens, they showed the lichens actually just attacking during daylight, which makes sense. They're shooting the windows out. And you hadn't seen that previously. So I was like, finally, guys, you're using your brain.
And they can't throw paint over those holes
that
have light coming through.
No, not at all. Just werewolf skin.
Yeah. Okay, so that's cool. I mean, I remember feeling quite surprised when Varga takes out Celine, chumps her out, and then kills all the other death dealers. That was a surprise to me. And I feel like when a movie can surprise me, I give it points. Like, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
I didn't see
that coming.
It didn't feel... Also, Charles Dance has a sword fight. Like, listen, any movie where Charles Dance sword fights, I'm going to buy. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going to own it.
Yeah.
So it has that going for it, and that makes me very happy.
Yeah.
And it has sweet coats. Like,
really on these coats.
All of the marketing. Marketing. But, like, okay, this sounds really bad, but certain movies, they market around one aspect. Underworld 4, it was the air ducts, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just have certain aspects of movies. This one, all the marketing is Celine in that sweet coat.
It's true, though. But they don't really spend that much time there. Like...
No! No, and listen, I don't understand it. And sorry, David, I'm like hijacking this from you, and this is a great idea. But I do like when they're just walking towards each other, shooting each other in the heads. And then they just scream and the bullets come out of them. Like, that's cool. I don't understand. Well, okay, I don't understand. But it doesn't make narrative sense because he had been shot earlier. And he didn't drink any special blood to make him upgraded in that time. He just realized his mom was an elder.
And he drank some of her blood, but that wouldn't make him... It wasn't enough to make him an elder. So
That was just enough to make him believe.
oh, you know what they could have implied here? I
But everyone else drinks her blood. Do they get more powerful?
that that's a confusing thing in Underworld. Like some people seem to drink blood and get stronger. I don't know. What I think could be going on here, and it's more implied, is that when David fought the wolf in the water, and he drowned and then came back to life, and having visited the spiritual world, he came back stronger.
Whoa. Because he could already deal with sunlight.
Yeah, because he has Celine's blood.
But because of his dalliance in the super pond, he becomes super strong.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, but they needed a sentence to say that, right? They needed something to like just like, oh, you're upgraded. Double upgrade, actually.
I kind of feel like chump change for not picking that up now, but I'm glad you did that, and that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's also one of my favorite scenes. It's a good reverse of the shot in the first movie where Celine jumps across the stage or the scene and kills Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one's sort of backwards, so he cuts up. So I dug that.
I do think you're right though. They should have like Marius looks at him and goes, "How?" And then he goes, "Super pond."
Super fun.
Super jacuzzi. Yeah, like
ice bath.
Yeah, super ice bath. Oh. And then Marius just goes, "Oh." And then they just keep fighting.
I've got to get me one of those.
Super pond. Only 8 installments of $49.99.
Other things I liked Celine and Marius' first fight and how Celine just got
what?
wrecked. But the scene
and Alexia kills her. Alexia stabs her.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome because you haven't seen Celine like be scared since the beginning of the second one.
Then she goes beast mode.
Yeah, but I like that scene is when Celine has the sword and she sort of spins around on it, like uses it to guide herself around in a circle. I was like, oh, that's pretty inventive. I like that. You mentioned this earlier, Thomas's sword fight scene, like Charles Dance fighting, 100% into it. Love it.
Yeah.
But the thing I love most, I know just the last one, but the thing I love most about this movie is really, again, Lara Pulver. She's really having a great time in it. And I was like, oh, you brought your A game. Like you knew this was a B movie and you're still going for it.
Yeah, like she's in Sherlock. She's a really good actress.
She is, yeah.
Or actor. She's a great actor. And yeah, this one she's just this is, I don't think Celine is interesting in this movie. I don't think David is interesting in this movie. I don't think Cassius is interesting in this movie. I don't think Vidar is but I think Pulver is interesting in this movie because you kind of know what she just wants more power, and she's playing like she plays Charles Dance, and then she plays Kate Beckinsale. But man, there's only 2 covens left, 2, and they're like they're still warring with each other. I guess I like that because I mean, people are idiots, David. Like, yeah. I don't think people would stop being idiots when they're almost doomed to extinction. So I guess that makes sense.
You know what would have made this movie better? If you had the vampires and the werewolves going towards each other and they're snapping and music starts playing.
Oh, dude.
Everyone, that's what is that? That's a West Side
Wolves versus Vamps.
Yeah, West Side Story joke.
Oh gosh, I would love that. I'm like, man, Anita busts out, starts dancing. Also, I want to say too,
100% watch that.
when Samira is drinking the blood out of that gigantic glass chalice, and it was tainted for a while because they drugged her, the blood. So then they had to wait for that blood to get untainted, which
it doesn't clog. Is it going to clog? Like,
yeah, I thought that was quite. But she has this gigantic glass, and she drinks 3 sips out of it, then drops it on the ground and wastes it all.
I thought the same thing.
She could have given Varga some. Well, she likes being in control. But like, you fill up a gallon glass chalice, 8-liter glass chalice.
It's so much blood. And she's like, I'm full.
Bloop, bloop. But this glass is gigantic. You just needed a cup. You need a shot glass. But I love that she just had, like, it's so theatrical. And I do love that about that scene. And then let's see.
I have a bunch of. I really have a section in my notes called WTF moments. If I can run down that.
Yeah, please do. Oh wait, hey, let's take a quick break, and then we'll cover the WTF moments.
Yeah,
is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so we'll be right back, and then we'll cover the WTF. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And I just was laughing during our break because I do love that scene that when Alexia comes in and just starts rubbing that guard's hair, and he's like, "Oh yeah, like this is great." He's like, "Yeah." He has this big smile and then snap. It's and I love that like werewolves can have their neck snapped. It's like the only way to kill a werewolf or a vampire is to shoot it in the heart, stab it in the heart, decapitate it, but like a neck snap.
Yeah, when werewolves aren't werewolves, they're weak.
Oh yeah, and then she said it's better when werewolves become werewolves, right? Because they're not as smart and they can't fire guns.
Yeah, and that answers a question we had earlier earlier in the series. So yeah, I have some WTF moments. And the first one is the movie opens with a 4-movie recap that drags on and on and on, and I'm like, this is so boring.
I wrote you were right. You sent me a message. I did the math. This is an 80-minute movie. 80 minutes. This movie's 80 minutes. Without credits in the beginning.
And did you remove the middle where David has a flashback to the scene prior? Or Celine has a so it's less than 80 minutes, Mark.
Yeah, you're right. So it's like 78 minutes. That's what you said to me.
Yeah.
That's a good That's good.
Yeah.
Right? 78-minute movie?
I'll take it. I was kind of bummed that the blood was mostly CGI. It works in some sense, but like I could have used some practical effects. I'd also say that I had to pause the movie to look up. I said this earlier, but to really look up the mythology because I was confused about natural born or pure born vampires versus non-pure born vampires. And what I found out is that very rarely vampires can have children, and they are stronger than vampires who are just turned.
Oh.
And that's why. So David is naturally a stronger vampire than normal.
But he's never shown to be
until this movie. Yeah, exactly.
I know they had to pivot, right? They had to pull a Friends when they're moving a couch and pivot when they're making this. But what other WTF moments you got for me?
During the training, everyone was facing in different directions, which is incredibly dangerous.
Yep.
They just introduced Nightshade randomly. Like, what is this? Really dark. Like, I couldn't see what was happening in this film. Like I'm like, why is it so dark? My eyes are straining here.
Keeps it cheap, right?
I guess it keeps it cheap.
CGI is cheaper. You can hide your sets.
That's really about it. It was just more along the lines of like, it felt like a lot of exposition and just felt clunky. I still made it through. I don't know if this movie's better or worse than the last one. We could have that discussion. I think the last one was also very confusing. I was like, I don't understand what's going on, but I really like that end scene, the big werewolf scene. Yeah, I think the last one might be better than this one.
Yeah. So you know what's interesting? These 4 and 5 completely changed my rankings for the 5 films. Would you like to hear them?
Would you want to finally do this? Want to pivot to talk about the franchise?
Yeah, let's do that. Can I give you my ranking?
Yes.
Or do you want me to start with? I'll do one. I'll do my least favorite. Then you do your least favorite, and we'll both work down.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Yeah. I'm gonna quickly do them in my head.
My least favorite's Blood Wars because it's just it's not Celine's movie at all. Now, are the performances better in it? Are there? I don't think there's any good action set pieces. But yeah, it's not a Celine movie, so I'm taking this out completely. Blood Wars is my least favorite.
Yeah, same. We just talked about that. So this would be my 4th. Like we're moving down towards 1. That would have to be Awakenings. So
yep, 4th.
Yeah,
because it's more of a Celine movie at least, right?
Yeah, it's more of a Celine movie. I do actually dig that final fight scene. I think it's kind of fun. The plot is so difficult to understand, though. You're just like, what is happening in this? You only go to 3 locations. Not my favorite.
I like when she levels the van in Awakening. That's a cool, like she goes full beast mode on that. Now I'm going to do my 3rd. And you know what? I'm just going to go with my heart. I'm going to say Underworld 3, Rise of the Lycans.
Okay. Your 3rd, really? I thought that'd be higher for you.
I know that I'm going with my heart. It's a better movie than the second one. But the 3rd one is fine. And I think the final sword fight between Michael Sheen and Bill Nighy is beautiful. But as far as action scenes, I'm gonna put it at 3. That's what I'm going. Okay. I'm doing it.
Yeah, my number 3 is the second one. Like
Evolution.
Yeah, Evolution. There's some parts that I really like. I like the helicopter death scene at the end. I forget his name now. The hybrid, the original hybrid. Like, I think it's a cool costume.
Marcus?
Yeah, I think it might be Marcus. Yeah, like so that's another thing. Like, these names do not stick in my head. Other than the scene
No.
with Celine and Michael and Victor, like no one else's name sticks. But it is a little kind of clunky. Like, it's not as fun as the first one, and I had really high expectations. I know it has a rotten rating. Like, I kind of dig it. What's your number two?
It's gonna be Evolution.
Okay.
Just simply because Celine is awesome in it.
Mm-hmm.
If you just look at her character, she saves Michael. Then she's doing the car chase where she smashes Marcus, like Marcus, right? Yeah, Marcus into the wall. And then she gets the immortal blood. And I love how she becomes this Uber Celine who rips werewolves' heads and just like owns, like she owns like scenes in this movie, which I love about her. She just becomes essentially a Terminator, and that final set piece with the helicopter crashing with the blades, where she's just ripping people up. That's like peak Beckinsale. That's peak. She's at her most comfortable as an action star in two.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So So I've ranked this really low, but after watching 4 and 5, I love 2 more. I like 2 a lot more.
Same. Yeah. It is more competent and more interesting. Like, it just more going on, and it's not bogged down by all the mythology. My number 2 is number 3. I think that is an extremely competent movie. I like it. I wish if it would have come out earlier, I would have liked it even more. But it felt like a sort of a rehash of the first one, just with swords. But I still think it's good, and I do actually like that fight scene where they're hanging from the chains at the end. And Reyes is one of my favorite characters. Like, I can't not have Reyes be ranked higher.
Yeah, he's cool. Oh, so yeah, Tony Curran was Marcus. So I'm glad we figured that out. And then I will say, both our number ones is just the first Underworld, because it's moody. And okay, I think it features not iconic, like the ending shot of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, or the finale of Being There, or the Joker hanging out of the cop car. Not iconic in that means, but iconic in this regards, with her doing her superhero landing, and her shooting her way through the floor, her doing the jump and slice of Victor. There are some, like, not like uber iconic, not like an uber werewolf, but there's some pretty iconic imagery, and it's a cool world, and it's an original world. The werewolf scene with the whips, I mean, that's cool. Dude gets ripped up, but that's a great trailer moment.
Yeah.
So won by far. I mean, won by a country mile. That's for sure.
It does a great job of capturing the aesthetic of a time period, the feel of a time period in 2003, 2002, 2004, like this angsty, dark, kind of angry undertone of everything. Yeah, I really like it, and I know it has a rotten rating, but I disagree. I think it's good.
You know what's crazy? The audience score on Tomatoes goes exactly with my ranking. So it goes 79 for the first one, 72 for Evolution, then it goes 63 for Lycans, 62 for Awakening, and then Blood Wars is 49. It's rotten.
Yeah.
So as far as audience scores, Blood Wars is the only audience rated rotten one.
Yeah, it's not good. Just be honest. Like, I hate doing that though. Like, if you really love this movie, don't let my opinion sway you. Love your movies, man. That's one of the things I've learned doing this for all these years. Just
there's a lot to love about it though.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, we're laughing about it, but I also think we've seen Celine be backtracked in it, and we've, like, the mythology is just not tight. So the costumes, the looks, like you said, probably the most attractive cast of all 5. There's a lot to like. But I think, the way we're talking too, this is the lowest score on IMDb as well. So I guess objectively, this is the lowest grossing, lowest rated. I mean, it has a higher tomato meter score than the second one. The second one, Evolution, has a 17. But overall, if you combine all the scores, this last one has the lowest. So
I don't understand why the second one has the lowest. I really don't.
Yeah.
I think it's expectations. Like, they came in, like, everyone's like, oh, the first one's kind of fun. And then it was like, well, this is not the first one again.
Yeah. But like, you watch 4 and 5 and you're like, oh, okay, it's cool. But that's not really how reviews work. But I'm telling you, Blood Wars, it has the lowest scores for a reason. And it does. And I think this is the pithiest you and I have ever been.
Yeah.
We've covered some pretty funky films.
Yeah, Van Helsing.
But I gotta tell you, but you know what's interesting with Van Helsing? The tone is so confident and singular in that. So even though it's very ill-advised at moments, I would say it's still a very singular, confident tone.
It's cohesive
right?
in a way this movie isn't.
Cohesive.
Yeah.
This one loses Celine. I wouldn't say the action is as thrilling. It kills off Michael. It's not. I mean, Anna Forster's cool. Performances are fine, but it's not a cohesive.
Yeah.
And so I could make a case for one. I could make a case for 1, 2, and 3 as like a being relatively good movies, but not 4 and 5.
No, not at all. There's things to like about them, but they're, as a story, they're hard to get through.
4 fell in love with the 3D, which hindered the shoot and cost a lot of money, which I think really hurt the overall vibe of it. And then 5, like you said, was just hindered from Kate Beckinsale. You know, will she, won't she? Is she back? Putting her back in. Yeah, it's just not. I keep saying it, and I just hate that I sound like I'm being a hater. But I am disappointed by it. I really am.
Yeah, same. Yeah. So I wanna ask this. Would you watch a 6th movie that came out?
Yeah,
so would I. We were like, so there's the thing that it comes down to, right? So like, we're like, we didn't love this, but I'll watch a 6th movie because I am so starved for vampire werewolf action that I'll watch whatever you put in front of me.
Well, I mean, listen, there's things to like in this one, and we covered that. But I mean, I don't know. Also, real quick, I messaged you a while back, and I came up with my 5 favorite Celine moments, and I kind of wanted to read them out to you real fast.
Oh, well, I would love to hear that. I put my 5 moments for the entire series. I got confused.
Ooh. Well, everything with Bill Nighy. Okay, number 1 is... I can do this.
Okay.
Number 1 is the sword fight between Bill Nighy and Michael Sheen in 3. Because you have those two actors headlining a huge movie, and they're fighting in chains. That, I've never seen anything cooler, ever.
It is pretty ridiculous.
That is the best thing I've ever seen. 2 is Bill Nighy just wiping out that werewolf in the first one.
Ray's? Snapping his neck?
Yeah.
Oh, just my heartbreaking moment of the series.
Chumping him out. Just, and then I would also say I guess 3 is his head slice, Victor's head slice, because that's an iconic moment. I love the floor shooting scene. No, wait. Yeah, you know what? I'll say the floor shooting because it's just kind of cool. And then 5 is the superhero landing that she gets. Those are my 5 favorite moments.
Yeah. Wow, they're all in the first one.
Uber Celine's number 5.
Okay.
I'm taking out floor shooting and putting in Uber Celine when she just wipes people out in the second one. Yeah. That's my 5.
Yeah, so I'll do my 5. I'm going to start with 5 actually and move forward. I've said this a couple of times. I actually think the fight scene at the end of 4 is good. The big werewolf fight scene, I like it. I think it's fun. That whole movie is really bloody, which I'm into, especially a werewolf vampire movie. Again, the plot is just WTF. Number 4 is Lucian's speech during the Lycan uprising.
Spartacus.
Yeah, speech. And because you're like, this doesn't work, but I'm into it. Number what was this? So 5, 4, 3 is Victor when he awakens and he's just like that husk of a human, and it looks so cool. And by the way, like Bill Nighy is the best in this series. Like when they got rid of when he was removed and like he's not a part of it, you can feel like the weight of everyone else. Like it just feels like it's a darker, less fun movie. Like because he
loved being a vampire.
Yeah, and it showed. He probably brought the energy of everyone else on the set. My number 2 is Michael's first transformation into hybrid vampire. I remember watching that in a theater and being like, what is this? I was so excited for it. And it's always stuck with me. It's one of my favorite film going experiences. And then my number 1 is just Kate Beckinsale. At least in the first 2 movies, she's in them. Like she's into it. Yeah. Really likes the character, and you can tell, and she's having a fun time. And she's the driving force behind this. Like, let's give her credit.
She is, and that's why I think 5 is my least favorite. And you know what I love? I think if you haven't listened to it, go listen to our Underworld Awakening episode, because you and I weren't really fans of it, but then at the end of it, we're like, why don't we love this movie? It's 80 minutes. It's wildly bloody. Like, Celine fights a gigantic werewolf. There's starving werewolves doing a car chase. There's sword fights. There's blood. There's death. I mean, it is lean and mean. And I just thought it was so funny how we laughed at ourselves. Like, why don't we love this movie? Because everything about it should be loved. But yeah, I had to say that about that because
Is that true for this?
no,
No.
I was just about to say that because I don't think the action at any point is very good.
No, I mean, there's the rope scene at the beginning that's like, couldn't really tell what was happening. And then the fight scene on the water was fine. Like, I thought it was pretty cool, but there's no standout moment, honestly. Like,
No.
even David's jump, which I said is one of my favorite moments, and it is one of my favorite moments. It's like, it's not really that cool. The coolest part is when Celine shows up in a jacket.
Yeah. Destroys about 80,000 werewolves.
That's actually that's actually a point, John, or I don't know why. John's my co-host for my other podcast. Excuse me, Mark. There is a line that sort of shows how scary Celine is. She's like, I don't keep track of the number of werewolves I kill. And then Varga's like, I've killed 40. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, she's killed 40 in the first movie, probably.
Yeah. She's a monster. Celine is a monster. But yeah, this movie does lose. And even when she slices all those werewolves, she just says nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She never looks scared. She's always, I'm the baddest person in the room, or I'm resigned to whatever's going to happen to me because I've lived so long.
Remember the first one when she went up against Rage? She was like,
Yeah, I'm out of here later. And that's a great scene, right? Yeah. Like it shows, it makes you humanize with her a little bit more, or vampirize. Because she's not this Terminator.
Uh-oh. And then in the second one, when Marcus is initially attacking, like she's out of her league.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool. But in this one, she's just, she gets captured and then she gets, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I know that we were talking about the franchise here, but I want to move back to the singular movie. And this is a game. So like I usually bring a game to the podcast.
Ooh. And
I'm calling this one anything other than snow. So if you're in a franchise that goes like more than 3 movies, you're going to end up at snow at one point. So I'm going to ask you, would this movie be better if it took place in any of these locations?
I mean, like Star Wars, snow.
Fast and Furious, snow. It's always snow. Like snow shows up at some point. And it's not my favorite. Like it's fine as a set, but like it doesn't do a lot for me.
It's really interesting. Mission Impossible, the mountains, do they have snow?
They were in the mountains and I don't think there was snow. No, I'm not sure. In the last one.
That's a good point. What you said is good. It's a great point.
But so would this movie have been better if it took place in the deep jungle?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because everything just felt, to keep the budget down, everything felt so manufactured. But like taking them, these vampires are never out of their element. Put them out of their element. Deep jungle.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then you're really going to love this one. How about a desert?
Yeah, because I want to see the vampire wardrobes in the desert. I want to see werewolves dealing with sand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put them in the desert.
Imagine a werewolf capturing a vampire and being like, if you get out, you're in the desert. You're in the middle of nowhere. You're going to die. You need to stay here. Or like it's like a prison, like a vampire prison.
I like that.
How about a volcano?
Yeah.
That's a popular location for movies that are getting long in the tooth. They're like, let's put a volcano in it.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Fighting. Yeah. That'd be a good one. Okay. This one's a little more.
All of these days.
I know. This one's a little more cerebral. So I needed to explain it. I got the idea from watching American Ninja Warrior. So we're going to call this one Booby Trapped Temple. The idea that these vampires are in a vampire killing booby trap temple. So they can't use their powers aren't necessarily going to pull them through. So like the ceilings are silver spikes. There's holy water. Just all the things that would kill a vampire in this temple that they got to get through.
Yeah. I mean, think about National Treasure.
Uh-huh.
Think about Indiana Jones, even Tomb Raider. Give me a spike trap. Predators. Give me a spike trap and I'm happy.
Yeah.
Give me a spike trap. That's all I want.
And this last one, like, I don't know about this one. Space.
Yeah.
I mean, like a better Dracula 2000. Dracula 2000 is probably better than this one.
Because think about it. Zero gravity kind of takes power away.
Mm-hmm.
Man, vampire versus werewolves in space. Like where? Like yes, yeah.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Of all of those, which one's your number one? You got to pick one. So Underworld 6 is going to take place in one of these locations.
Well, I love The Mummy. I love Tremors. I love Stargate. So I'm going desert.
Desert. Oh, that's a good one. Let's go on. I really want a booby trap temple. I want aliens versus predator, but werewolves versus vampires in a temple like that.
Imagine this though. They're like, they go to the desert to hunt for an archaeological find that's thousands of years old that has been booby trapped.
Mm-hmm. It could be like Victor's blood, so you have a secret or some secret. I don't know. The whole blood thing makes it difficult to keep secrets.
Imagine if the Predators, because they have an amazing scouting system, caught vampires and brought them to their hunting planets.
Oh, we are just making a lot of better movies.
I do love. I'm happy we did this though. I mean, this falls absolutely in line with our Universal Monsters coverage that we did. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. We have Bloodshot Mist coming up.
Yeah, well, you and I have some good ones. We have Bloodshot Mist.
We have Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Brotherhood of the Wolves, and we were saying Wolf, Brotherhood of the Wolf.
You know what's funny? I say Wolf, but people say Wolf. Brotherhood of the Wolf. Wolf. Sorry.
Crick and Creek.
Wolf.
Yeah, we have Malignant, and then we talked about finishing up The Mummy, doing 2 and 3. So we have a year of content planned for the two of us. More Universal Monsters.
We should plan Malignant for September.
For Malignant anniversary?
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, look, happy to do that. I mean, that's if you can make it that long. Like I know that everyone's excited to do that episode.
Oh man! All right, yeah, we got great stuff coming up. This is gonna be awesome.
So I guess, Mark, overall, were you happy that we did this series? We did the franchise?
Yeah, because I like this franchise because there's 5 movies that have it's scrappy. It's counter programming.
Mm-hmm.
It's something different.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I kind of enjoy the bumps and bruises of it. So yeah, I'm happy we did it. I mean, it got tough. 4 and 5 were tough for me.
But 1, 2, and 3 were good. I had a good time with those.
But also, I think I loved our discussion in 4 because I've never watched a movie that I should love and disliked it. Well, actually, Sucker Punch. I'm like, I should love this movie, but I don't. That was a fun discussion. And also this was fun too, because I think we found a good way to like say, hey, this movie is not a solid movie, but we still found positives. And I think that's a good, sometimes I feel like I need to get a little bit more negative, but in a constructive way. So I'm glad we did it.
I always say that, instead of doing negative reviews, I mean, I've written negative reviews. If you follow me on Instagram, I've done a lot of negative reviews, but I try to be consistent, and I don't want to tear something down if I don't have to. Do you know what I mean? But what I usually say now, what I've been saying the last couple of years, is just this movie wasn't for me. I wasn't the right audience. It wasn't my mindset, and this movie really wasn't for me. Like it should have been, but it's not.
It's not so bad. It's good.
No,
it's not super bloody.
Not enough Kate Beckinsale.
And so yeah, I mean, it definitely ended with a thud.
Yeah. So that's the question. That's the sort of 2 questions here. Like this is not a great place for the series to end, right? Like, do you know? No. I mean, I think I like the idea of Celine being in charge, being an elder. That makes sense to me.
Let her be in charge, and then bring in like a couple cool cast members to. I mean, she can still rip it up, Beckinsale.
Yeah. I conceptually I get it, but it's not a great end to this series. Do you want to reboot?
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Everything gets rebooted. You know, I have no issue. So people get very angry about reboots, remakes, but it's our world. It's been our world since movies were made. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Great Train Robbery was remade. Like everything gets remade. Mm-hmm. Nosferatu, like that was just Dracula that they couldn't get the rights to. Mm-hmm. All the silent pictures were remade when sound came around. So everything's remade. Everything's prequeled. So I just want more vampires and werewolves in my life. So do it.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Don't do a TV show, movie.
I mean, TV show's been in the rumors for like 6 years. We'll see if that happens.
Like, Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, like all these. Teen Wolf, I guess, work. But this is a movie with so much mythology. And like to pack a TV show, I mean, you would have to throw money at it. Mm-hmm. And I don't think people are going to throw money at this right now.
Mm-hmm. No. Like it would end up being on like TNT.
Yeah.
Not great.
Just give me a movie. Remake it. Yeah. Reboot it.
Yeah. Who would be, I mean, I would, if we did a remake, like I want Samara Weaving in this because I love her and everything. Yeah, love her. Just mean Samara Weaving.
Aubrey
Plaza. Yeah, that's a good one. But she could pull off like Ruler, like an elder vampire in charge. You know what I mean? Like, don't mess with her.
Yeah. And I watched. Man, who would be good? Jeez, Taylor Russell's cool. She's in the Escape Room movies. She's real cool.
Yeah.
I forget her name, but she's awesome in Zola. Just put the cast of Zola in a new Underworld movie. Do that. The Casazola.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna get a remake eventually. I'll be honest with you. I do think. I mean, this movie, 5 movies, it's a certifiable hit. There's clearly an appetite for vampires with werewolves.
I mean, this movie was not good, and it still made 80 million on a 35 million budget. There's money there.
Yeah, exactly. It's coming, and I'll go see it. And if it comes out when we're still doing this podcast, we'll go talk about it.
That's right. Hey, tell me about Award Wieners.
Yeah, so Award Wieners is my podcast. My co-host and I, John, who I mentioned earlier, we're reviewing every Best Picture winner, and we make a hot dog recipe associated with it. It's really a celebration of like culinary and popular culture. We try to make it fun. We try to make sure you learn something about it. So it's not just us going, we liked it, we didn't like it. We spend a lot of time doing research and try to understand why these movies win.
Listen to the Forrest Gump episode. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
You learn stories about people being stuck on buses. I enjoyed those.
Oh, yeah. That was a good story, yeah.
It was a great story.
The episode we have coming out, every now and then we do a bonus episode. So the next bonus episode is Giant Mnemonic versus Lawnmower Man. It is our cyberpunk episode. Kind of wild.
Dolph Lundgren and dolphins.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that movie since it came out, and I was like, what the hell?
Cyberpunk, bro.
Yeah. It was an aesthetic.
Yeah, well, I'm excited for that. I can't wait to listen to that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
But we're doing either Bloodshot or Brotherhood of the Wolf. So I look forward to that.
Yeah, and what we should do, explain Bloodshotness to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, every year we, since Bloodshot, well, we've done 2 episodes already for Bloodshot.
Yeah.
And so now on its 2nd year anniversary, we're going to do our 3rd episode for Bloodshot.
Yeah, we'll see what we have to come to talk about.
I bought the Blu-ray with the deleted scenes, extended scenes. So all the extras. So we'll have some fun stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, please listen to this one. It's one of my fun things I really love. It's so weird. I don't think any other podcast is doing this.
Yeah, we've cornered the market on Bloodshot.
I've read all the comics.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be good. But well, thank you for joining me, man.
Thanks. This was great.
All right, so from me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for David Cross, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.